Okay, so this is a quick video I wanted to do and this goes out to, you know who you are, that wanted a recommendation for a detergent that best takes out heavy odors. And I don't have a specific detergent to recommend for you, but what I have are these options. These are options you may see at your local grocery store that advertise their ability to be able to eliminate odor, rinse and refresh, odor redo. What does this say? Come on, y'all. Eliminates odor, and then all of them claim to be an odor eliminator. But the question you may be asking, which one actually does the best? Which one is the best bang for your buck? So I'm going to go through from worst to best, starting with worst. Okay, so this is a Febreze odor eliminator. And this was a hard test to do because this isn't a test like my other detergent test where you can actually see like the fading away of stains and stuff like that. So I'm just going to really just be giving my opinion. You know, my whole channel is my opinion, but this is just my opinion. This costs $9.47 at my local Walmart. So when you look at the instructions tell you to add 1 cup, which is 3.5 fluid ounces for our light odors, 1.5 cups, 1.5 capfuls, which is 5.25 ounces. And if I say 1 cup for this, I meant to say add 1 cap, which is 3.5. And then about 5.25 ounces for medium odors, or 2 capfuls for 7, which is 7 ounces for heavy odors, with the laundry detergent. So the difference between a lot of these is this. These two you add with your rinse cycle. These two you add with your detergent. So another option is you could do 1 capful to soak it for a long period of time if you feel like it's a really, really strong odor. And you soak it in between 1 to 2 gallons of water. You know, if you want it to be more concentrated, you do 1 gallon of water. But I would say if you have more sensitive skin and you don't want it to be as concentrated, then you can do 2 gallons of water and let it sit anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. But you could also let it sit overnight if you feel like that would be better to eliminate the odor. If you're using 2 capfuls, you're going to get 7 loads out of this. If you're using 1.5 capfuls, you're going to get 9 loads out of it. And if you're using 1 capful, you're going to get 14 loads out of this. And I gave this a score of a 7 out of 10. I hate to burst everybody's bubble, but at the beginning, I'm going to let you know all of these, in my opinion, do a good job at eliminating odor. But I'm going to specify why people get certain scores. I give this a 7 out of 10 because if you do not like the smell of the Febreze, out of all of these, it is the strongest and most lingering smell. This is going to be more of a, not a first impressions test, because these two are first impressions, as in used it once. These I've used a lot more, so I have more personal experience from this. From these two, I'm getting a little bit, well, I've never seen a review on this one actually, but this one I've seen a few people use in their laundry routines, and they say that they like it. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna start off, well, I should have started off by saying if it works for you, it works for you, whatever. But I'm giving my opinion on this. So I would score this 7 out of 10 because it does have a strong lingering smell even after you do add a second rinse. It has but if you like that smell, then that's good for you. I probably would not use this if I had sensitive skin because that smell lingers so long, and there's a potential for you to have a reaction with that. But it does work. That's a 7 out of 10. But I think that I personally won't be purchasing this again, because if you have to use 2 capfuls, that's $10 basically for only 7 loads. And for some families, you use this whole entire bottle up just in your first week of using this. So I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're like a single person, or you only use this sparingly and you don't have to use this for every load of laundry, maybe you're somebody that's active. I want to say this. All of these I would put for active people, whether you are somebody, your workout clothes doesn't seem to be getting the odor removed. You have children and their clothes don't seem to be having the odor removed. If you work as a plumber or in a warehouse, I have a job as a warehouse, so I can explain that type of clothing that gets that type of dirt and dirtiness. These work very well, all of them, but this one would be the least likely that I'd recommend it. Now, this one, I like that the price is $6.08, and I also like that the instructions say add a half a capful, which is 1 fluid ounce for light loads. And again, you would add this directly with your detergent. This is a detergent because it's called odor eliminating detergent, and you can use 1/2 capful as a booster, which is why I say 1/2 cap for light loads. I personally would not use this alone as a detergent. I would take whatever detergent you use, this is just an example of one, whatever amount that you use for your regular detergent, and then add this along as a booster. Or if you choose to use 1 full capful, which is 2 fluid ounces, I would still add that in addition to whatever detergent you have. I would not use this by itself. because it may be able to eliminate odors, but it may not be able to actually remove the stains that you need from your clothes. But that's neither here nor there. But it scored a little bit higher than this one because, number one, the price is more affordable, and you can get between 11 to 22 loads, which is, the 11 is about average between this, but with the 22 being, you can get more using this than using this. Another thing I will say is these are the recommended amounts. I always say use a little bit less on your first go around to see if that works for you. If you're able to use less than a capful, if you're able to use half a capful, and that works for you and it eliminates the odors, that's perfectly great. Then you can extend the life of your product, and that's for all of these. But this gets a 7.6 because it does not have an odor. I shouldn't say odor, it doesn't have a fragrance that lingers. After I washed this, it kind of was gone. It kind of just smelled like fresh linen, just a fresh linen smell. So I really like this one, and I would be, if I had to buy another one of these, I'd be probably, out of all of these, because of its price, I'd be more inclined to buy this one first. And when it says you could soak this, you just do 1 capful in 1 to 2 gallons of water. Since this is a smaller amount and it's only 2 fluid ounces versus this capful being 3.5 fluid ounces, I probably only use 1 gallon of water, so it's more concentrated, and let it soak between 1 to 4 hours. And once again, if you feel like it's a really heavy odor, you can extend that to be let it soak overnight. Okay, now this one is, out of all of these, my favorite, and it's my favorite because I've used it the most out of all of these products, as you can tell. And I think it does a very, very, very good job at getting rid of odors. And even though it is the most expensive, $12.97, you get 24 wash loads out of this, which, depending on how many loads you do individually, you know, that number may matter more or less to you. But it gets a final score out of 8 out of 10 because it leaves a very slight lavender fragrance. This is the lavender scented one. They have another scented one, but I prefer this scent over the other one. And it's just pleasant. It's just ever so faint. And so this is the real truth. A lot of people will, how they figure out that their laundry detergent continues to leave an odor is, you may wash your clothes and it comes out and it smells fresh, and then like a week goes by and you haven't worn it and you smell it again and you smell something that's a little bit ripe, it's a little bit just a stank odor. These do a very good job at eliminating those, especially this. Now this, I'm gonna have to get more time with this, but I kind of, y'all tell me in the comments if you use this product. I feel like this is the type of product, because the perfume is so strong in this, that over time, I don't know if this is just masking or not. So, like, it eliminates it, but I haven't waited a whole week with a product to see. I waited a couple of days and smelled it, and the fragrance was still on there. So this is why I recommend this the least. But like I said, if it works for you, it works for you, whatever. But this is my favorite. What you could do is only add 1/4 cup, regardless of small, medium, or low, or super, or like light for odor, heavy odor, regardless, 1/4 cup. If you feel like you need more, of course, you can add a little bit more, but you're not going to get the whole 24 wash loads if you add more. But if you're just sticking to the instructions of 1/4 cup, I score this an 8 out of 10 because of the fragrance. I think it's better than these two. And, you know, fragrance is always person to person, but it's a light fragrance, so it's not going to linger too much. It carries out through the dryer as well, but it's still very, very light, which leads to option number 4, which is Odoban. I think if you were going to ask me, hey, I just need to get a bad odor out of my clothes, which one of these out of all of them would I recommend? I'd say spend a little bit more for this one, which is $9.89, over this one, which is $6.08. I say spend a little bit more, buy this one. Why? Because this will last longer for you. In my experience, the instructions on the bottle tell you to use 1 cup, which is 8 fluid ounces, and to put that in your final rinse cycle. Once again, these two go in your rinse cycle, and they're not intended to be put with your detergent. I want to specify that because I've watched many videos, and what works for you, but I've watched many videos of people use this one and this one, and they'll throw it in the drum with their detergent, and that's not what it's intended for. And I would personally go as far as to say that you're probably not getting the best out of this if you're going to use it with detergent, when the instructions specify that that's not for its use. You use it in the rinse cycle. Anyway, and that's another thing. If you're using these incorrectly, as I say, test and try, see what works for you. But if you're using them incorrectly and it doesn't work out for you, that's probably why. But this one, the instructions tell you to add the 1 cup, And you can put that in your final rinse cycle, or if you feel like it's a very heavy stain, or not heavy stain, heavy odor, you can put this in for 1 to 4 hours. You put 1 cup, 1 to 4 hours, or if you feel like it's really heavy, you need to let it sit overnight, that works as well, and that'll help you out. But my thing is this, I found out, similar to this one having 3 options for light, medium, and then heavy odors, this one you can dial it down to 1/4 a cup, which is 2 fluid ounces for light odors, or 1/2 a cup for medium odors, and then 1 cup for the heavy odors. And if you use 1/4 a cup, you can get 64 wash loads. If you use a 1/2 a cup, you get 32 wash loads, and if you use a full cup each time, you get 16 wash loads. And especially people that have HE washers, you really can go towards the side of less is more and use 1/4 a cup. I've used 1/4 a cup, and in everything that I wash it turns out perfectly fine. If you feel like you're a little bit nervous, opt for the 1/2 a cup or the full cup, but just know how many wash loads you're going to get with using each variation. And you know, for some things you may feel it just needs 1/4 a cup. For everything, other things you may feel it needs a full cup. But I get this a 9 out of 10 because price wise, with the total amount, even in variation, in my opinion, you get the best bang for your buck. And this can be used as other things. So you can use this to clean other areas of your house and disinfect other areas of the house, but it also works as laundry. So this is just a multi-purpose product. So I really like this for many reasons. That's why I scored it a 9 out of 10. And if you were going to have me rate these for specific conditions, let's say you wanted to use one or over the other, because different people have different stains, and I keep saying stains, different odors that they're trying to eliminate. If you are active, outside, working, not working, if you're outside running, all that stuff, these two might suit your fancy for you. If you're a person that works in warehouses or is a plumber, a mechanic, one of those harder working jobs, I shouldn't say harder working jobs, but one of those type of jobs, I would err on the side of one of these two. I think they would do better. But all of these, I think they're really, really good. But if I'm going to rank these, this is first place, this is second place, this is third place, and this is fourth place. But this is just my personal favorite. And once again, which one would I not buy? If I had the option not to buy any of these again, I would not buy this one because personally, I just don't like it as well as the other ones. But this goes out to the person who's just wondering how to really use a product. Well, she really wanted the laundry detergent, but I don't have a laundry detergent to recommend for you because some of them are better than others that eliminate odor. But if you have a real strong odor that you're really trying to get out of the clothes, these are the best options for you. If you are someone that smokes or just your clothes, for whatever the odor really is. This one is specifically, I think in the instructions talked about if you have a smoke smell to use 32 fluid ounces in a gallon of water and let it soak in there for 1 to 4 hours, or you could do overnight. But I don't smoke, so I can't give y'all the how that would work out for me or any on some item that has smoke on it. I will continue to say use less is more and see how that works out for you. But these are just the measurements that I give for what the instructions say, or any variation like this one that I did to the instructions. But once again, I thank y'all so much. This is one I'm not really going to edit like that. I'm just going to post this up here. I was trying to make this short, but y'all know I always keep talking. These are some options for you if you're trying to eliminate odor for real. I see some other people that give their opinions, and you know, that's them. This is my opinion. Y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.